everybody, welcome back. I hope you're doing great. Hey, I just wanted to take a real quick minute to show a very quick video to share with you something that I learned that I was doing wrong in the way I'm setting up my cart. My idea would be is to share this with you to save you some time. So hopefully this is a benefit to you. Let's get right into it. Okay, so here's the deal. If you've seen any of my onboard videos from my previous videos, you'll see that I have entry understeer when I go into the corners, and then when I reach the apex of the turn and I start to put on the throttle, I immediately go into oversteer. And that's kind of fun for about the first 3 laps, and then you start realizing it's slow. And so I gave Mike Jones a call at the Dallas Karting Complex, and I started running through, hey, possible scenarios. What can I do to start dialing this understeer out? And he asked me a lot of questions, and finally he asked me a really interesting question. He said, hey, what tire pressure are you running when the tires are hot? And I said 13 pounds. And he says, okay, that's exactly what you need to be running. Do you know if your tire gauge is right? And I was like, well, I don't know. I've got a 25-year-old tire gauge that's been with me forever. I've used it running Formula Fords and Sports 2000s, you name it. I've used that gauge. It's a high-dollar gauge. And he says, yeah. But he says, it's old. How do you know that it's good? And I said, well, I really don't. And he said, I suggest you go and before you do anything else, go get yourself an accurate tire gauge. So I took his advice and I went and bought a brand new tire gauge from Longacre. And I want to show you what I found out. Okay, so here's my old tire gauge, and as you can see, it's reading 13 pounds of tire pressure right now, which is where I want to run the tire when it's hot. Now this is my new tire gauge, brand new from Longacre. I got 13 psi on my old gauge, and you can see here that I'm getting 8.8 psi on the new gauge. A massive difference. That's about 40% of a difference in the way the gauges are reading. Okay, so that's the video. I think it's really important to be thinking about, hey, how accurate are the tools that I have in my toolbox, whether it's my tire pressure gauge, my torque wrench, whatever it may be. And also, what are some of the things that you're thinking about right now that maybe are not as accurate as they used to be? The other thing that I would challenge you to do, I'm really lucky. I've got Mike Jones talking in my ear telling me really good things to go and try, getting great advice. So the question is, are you listening to smart folks, and are you taking their advice as well? And my challenge to you would be is when a guy is giving you some good advice, take it, try it. It may or may not work for you, but it's worth a shot. Thanks for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you again soon, and have a great day.